Hello, Santa Rosa Academy. I'm Dr. Robert Hennings, Executive Director. Welcome to a new episode of Rangers Connect. Today, I'd like to address the topic of conservation. Conservation is the careful preservation and protection of nature and its natural resources so that they can persist for future generations. Mankombu Swaminathan, considered the father of India's Green Revolution and worldwide conservation activist, is noted in saying, "If conservation of natural resources goes wrong, nothing else will go right." Arguably, our most famous American conservationist was former President Theodore Roosevelt. He said, "The conservation of natural resources is the fundamental problem. Unless we solve that problem, it will avail us little to solve all others." President Roosevelt was an early adopter of the view that we needed to protect the environment and our resources for future generations. As such, he was the father to our national monuments, national parks, national forests, and national preserves, making way for the large-scale protection of forests, wildlife, and natural resources in the United States. Aldo Leopold, considered the father of wildlife ecology in the United States, is quoted saying, "Conservation is a state of harmony between men and land." He, like others such as President Roosevelt, recognized we needed to carefully maintain a responsible relationship with the natural environment with which we are responsible to be caretaker. Each year, a day is set aside to recognize this relationship as we celebrate Earth Day on April 22nd. Earth Day aims to raise an annual awareness among all peoples about environmental pollution and its effects on our planet. The day inspires people to act toward the protection of the environment and to continue the need for focus on conservation. Earth Day calls for action to be taken to tackle important issues such as industrial pollution, oil spills, and toxic waste disposal. 2020 marked 50 years of Earth Day. When life around the globe returns to normal, conservationists point out an opportunity for the world to not return to business as usual. Our global community has been shocked by the latest global crisis since World War II. COVID-19 has shown us the necessity of thinking ahead. Environmental pollution, species loss, pandemics, and massive natural disasters have been part of our past and present. Proponents of Earth Day call for us to consider what we can do today with both natural and technological solutions to prevent more of these problems in the future. At SRA, we support conservation. Our campus uses renewable energy, maintains green spaces, and provides education on green technologies and renewable farming. We believe that being responsible caretakers of our environment is good for the community and a practice of good character. Our CTE horticulture teacher, Mr. Montoya, is a wonderful education resource for our students. I will now send it over to him for more on conservation and our agriculture program at SRA.
Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Montoya. I'm the horticulture teacher and Future Farmers of America FFA advisor here at Santa Rosa Academy. Wanted to invite you to our humble greenhouse and in our campus, and I want to go ahead and talk to you about our conservation efforts here at Santa Rosa Academy and the sustainability of our landscaping. First of all, when I first arrived on campus, when I was being interviewed for my position, I was totally blown away at how beautiful the campus was and the fact that it was a drought-tolerant landscape that I'm going to expound upon later on. I was really impressed with the type of plant material they use and the type of irrigation system. But let me go ahead and get started first as far as our conservation efforts with our horticulture program. As you can see, we are in the greenhouse, and right behind me here is our aquaponics system. Aquaponics is fish, water, and plants. And that's a sustainable system because what we're doing is we're using the waste of the fish to fertilize the plants, like you can see the kale that's above me. And the cool thing about this system here is there's no chemicals whatsoever. I don't have to add any nutrients to the plants because they come from the waste of the fish. And what's really neat about it is we don't waste a lot of water. This water is recycled. There's a pump that pumps through the whole system here. And because there's a lot of water hyacinths on the surface of the water, I don't have very much evaporation from the surface of the water, plus it's in the greenhouse, so I don't have to add a lot of water to this system. In fact, we use about both the hydroponic system that we have and the aquaponic system only uses about 2% of the water that a traditional farming practice would use. So it's really good when it comes to water conservation. So on our compost pile, like I said, all of our vegetation goes into the compost pile, so it helps because we're recycling all the green waste and we're able to use it back into our gardens and mix it into the soil, so it creates a lot more nutrients. And all of our plants that we grow here, all the vegetables that we grow and our ornamental plants are all organic. We use no chemicals whatsoever. Now, even in organic farms, they do have problems with insects and diseases, but there is one product that we use that's called neem oil. It's actually derived from a neem tree. It's 100% organic, 100% safe, and scientists have been able to derive the oil from the plant itself and turn it into a product that we can use for organic gardening. So that's a really neat thing about Santa Rosa campus, is that everything's organic for our vegetables, our fruit trees, and all of our ornamental plants. And I also wanted to share with you that we have rain barrels at the plaza. Now, the rain barrels are there to collect any kind of condensation from the top of the roof, because the roof on the plaza is metal. It's a metal roof. So even during the spring and the summer months, we still get a lot of condensation on the roof, and that flows into the rain barrels, so we save the water. Plus, obviously during the winter months, when the rain drains off of the roof, goes down through these drain pipes and it goes into our rain barrels. So that's very sustainable to save our water. And as far as the grounds are concerned, the landscaping that I'm really impressed about and excited about is that it's an extremely drought-tolerant landscape. All the plants we have here are drought tolerant, therefore they do not require a lot of water to keep them alive. We actually have one tree here on campus. It's called the Platanus racemosa, commonly known as the California sycamore tree. Very drought tolerant, does not require any supplemental irrigation. It can survive just off of the winter rains alone. And as far as all of our turfs are concerned, the football field, the baseball field, and the soccer field, a majority of the grass is hybrid Bermuda Tiff green, which is a very drought tolerant grass. It's a warm season grass, so it grows best during the summer season, and during the winter it goes into a dormant state. And the advantage of that, again, the landscape company doesn't have to mow those turfs as often during the winter months, therefore they're not damaging the environment by the emissions coming from the motors. And a lot of the grass that we have in our quad areas is tall fescue, deep-rooted, drought-tolerant grass as well. On the irrigation system, all of our planters have a subterranean irrigation system. And what I mean by that is the irrigation pipes are actually below the soil, around 4 or 5 inches below the soil, and they have a small emitter every 18 inches that goes to each plant. So when the irrigation system comes on, we don't lose any water from evaporation, so we're actually saving water. And the water is just staying in that one location where the plant is. And in a lot of our turf areas, our sprinklers have low volume sprinkler nozzles, again, to save water. So when it comes to sustainability and conservation here at Santa Rosa Academy, I'd have to say we rate very high in that area.
One of the features that we have done here at Santa Rosa Academy is in November 2016, we have installed over 300 solar panels on our gymnasium roof. These solar panels, since 2016, have generated over 672 kilowatts on the grid. Throughout the campus, there is a total of 48 lights we have upgraded throughout the campus with LED lighting. Here's an example of one of our drip system areas, as you can see, with all the iris and rosemaries that our drip system irrigates on a daily basis here at Santa Rosa. 90% of the campus is reclaimed water, except our drinking fountains, restrooms, and greenhouse area. Here you can see our reclaimed water is color-coded in the purple tier. This is throughout our entire campus to show what areas are run through reclaimed water. And now with over 250 stations around the campus, you will see these everywhere throughout the campus. Using a drip system irrigation helps save reclaimed water, which helps use the reclaimed water more efficiently.
Thank you everyone for giving me an opportunity to share our conservation efforts here at Santa Rosa Academy and the sustainability of our landscaping and how we're doing everything we can to protect our environment. I'll see you all soon. Bye.